Hello, my fellow viewers and subscribers, and this is Supercholatemilkshake here with another fantastical review. Now, technically, the reason why I'm out inside the living room, let's adjust the camera here just a little bit, though. Yes, I am actually playing a PlayStation game on the PS2, and I think it's about time that I come back to this old console and brush it off, dust it off, and use it for another walkthrough. So, basically, in case you're wondering, by the Pac-Man on the screen, I'm playing Pac-Man World 1. I figured, you know what? I'm just gonna be honest here with you. First of all, I actually do love this game series, and this is actually the last game I played in the Pac-Man World series. I played Pac-Man World 3 first, then I played Pac-Man World 2, and then I started playing Pac-Man World, then I just played Pac-Man World, so yeah. And now I officially own Pac-Man World. When I first played it, I didn't really officially own it, but... Anyway, but yes, like I said, it's an okay game, and then, you know what? I think it kind of introduces Pac-Man into that platformer rather well, you know? And technically, in a way, this game is what you could call a collectathon platformer. But, anyway, I need to talk here just a little bit more. Because basically nothing too much happens in this cutscene outside of laying the basic plot of the whole entire game. And surprisingly enough, this whole high-definition upscaling thing actually isn't doing too bad. Surprisingly enough, it looks really good on this TV screen. It's quite literally. I didn't think it... I thought it would look terrible, but, you know... That's because, you know, most PlayStation 1 games had all these big, huge, jittery pixels that, you know what? I really hated them. I really hated all the... I mean, every little jagged line inside the classic PlayStation 1 games. I always hated them. I don't know why. Personally. I mean, I don't have a problem with 8-bit graphics, no. It's just, with the PlayStation, it just wasn't clean, and I hated it. But this isn't doing, this is actually doing a rather good job of, upscaling this game, so... I'm gonna adjust this so it's widescreen, so we don't have a fat Pac-Man. There we go! Yeah. Anyway. Alright, so since I'm going to start a new game, because this is my personal walkthrough, I already started one, of course, but then, of course, you know, that's me going for, you know, trying to go for completionist and such. I'm not going to try and complete this game. I'm just going to try and save all my friends, do the main mission, and then beat the boss. So, anyway, this is when the actual plot of the game kind of gets introduced. Party on Ghost Island, meet Pac-Man live in person. Okay, that's probably a good way to get... Huh. Oh, incoming! And this is actually when voice acting gets kind of introduced into this game.
Boss! No, you idiots! I like drone streamers and red balloons! DJ steaks, the berries are cooking, and the cake should be chocolate! You're gonna ruin my party! Boss! What are you doing?
Pac-Man's here on Ghost Island! The Pac-Man! I mean that pathetic fool trying badly.
I don't like how choppy this intro is, though.
Who's clearly the real Pac-Man.
I thought you were Patrick Pac-Man!
We did see. Oops.
If I had a power pellet,
A slight error on our part. Believe me, it won't happen again.
You idiots! My plans are already
Oh, right, so now we're into the very first level, Buccaneer Beach. Which basically is more of an introductory level than anything. I mean, you find hints about how to do stuff all around, and wow, actually, that does look rather nice. I mean, I think it's because the fact that, oh, yep, I didn't mean to run into that. Okay, anyway. I'm gonna grab that. Gonna grab that. Now, since this is the first level, there's not gonna be any bonus levels to, ow! Of course there's gonna be enemies, though. I mean, you gotta figure out how to defeat them, since it's like the very first level of the game anyway. But, basically there's really, oh, right, yeah, basically the first level is always simple. I mean, if you want to get your, whoever's, blah, 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 blah. Okay, if you want to get whoever's playing the game into the game immediately, you don't start them off with some of the hardest enemies as possible, or in the hardest zone possible, either. Basically, I did that just because, you know. But then, of course, you know, again, this is kind of showing what I was talking about, where, you know, it did a very good job of introducing Pac-Man into the platforming genre. Because basically you have certain movesets that weren't available to you in the original Pac-Man. Not like you could have that many movesets in the original Pac-Man. Basically, you kind of have, like, the butt bounce, which actually is rather fun to use. Then, of course, you also have this pellet throwing move, but I really hardly ever use it. I mostly use the butt bounce or the red roll. That's pretty much it. The whole, oh, wait. Okay, gotta find the green button. There we go. There we go. Oh, yes, I better also get some of these cherries over here, too, because those will add up to bonuses later. The more bonus you get, the better off your chances are of getting, like, extra lives and such. Which is a good note. The more points you have, the better off you are in the later levels. And trust me, it starts getting harder later on. I mean, this is like the simple stuff. Very simple. Easy to understand. Easy peasy. So basically, yeah, I mean, it's just like everything you should know about Pac-Man World. Yep, right there. That's how I would describe this first level. Actually, that's basically how I should describe most all the first levels anyways. Basically, everything that you need to know about Pac-Man World 1 or Pac-Man World 2 or whatever. You know, just sort of gives you this introductory. But there's one thing I gotta say though, this actually is probably one of the more weaker entries into the Pac-Man World series because, yes, I know. Because, basically, like I said, they are introducing Pac-Man in the third dimension, and, you know, 3D! Look at what the PlayStation 1 could do! Cool! Or, well, actually, they were also planning on releasing it for Windows and the Nintendo 64, but they ended up being canceled for some reason. Also, there is a port for the... Oops, wrong button! See, that's what I was talking about, the lane power pellet throw. That they introduced for the Game Boy Advance too, but you know, that one's not as good. From what I've heard, it's probably about as it isn't as good as whatever reason. Hold on. Oh wait, yeah, because of the Game Boy's limitations. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, we gotta see if there's anything special down here. Nope. Rev roll plate. But yeah, basically, I just sort of wanted to do like a marathon of this. I wanted to beat Pac-Man World 1, and I actually wanted to... Then, of course, I'll head on to beating Pac-Man World 2, and then Pac-Man World 3, and there you go. Maybe I might try, and maybe we'll try and convince not Sega, but Namco, to do a Pac-Man World HD release. Come on, we gotta make this happen. Or at least convince them to do a Pac-Man World 4 anyway. Because you know what? I actually would prefer to play Pac-Man World 4 over over Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. Granted, I'm not gonna hit hard on Stan Lee at all for creating Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, but basically, it's definitely not what any of us original Pac-Man fans wanted. Honestly, I didn't agree too much with the more modern design of Pac-Man anyway. Because, I mean, come on, I like this character. Come on, he's got this really neat charm to him, and you know what? It's the design that almost everybody's grown up with. I mean, just everybody. This is the basic Pac-Man design that was on the arcade cabinets. It was the basic Pac-Man design of what they went with for Pac-Man World. They also went for the basic. This has the basic design for, like I said, the Pac-Man World series. They also went for this design, sort of. Well, they sort of went for that design in Pac-Man World, by the way. And then, of course, right now your chances are kind of low, but anyway. They also went for this design, even in Smash Brothers, too. But then, of course, that's because this character is a more serious-looking character, and the one in Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures... Oh, jeez. I'm sucking. Well, that's good. Anyway, like I said, the one in Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures just isn't too serious-looking. I think they were just trying to modernize him and look friendly to kids, even though, honestly, I'd say he's a little more creepier than this Pac-Man here. Personally, I prefer this one. The only reason why I also ever got into Pac-Man 2 was because of my mom. Actually, she loved Pac-Man in the classic arcades. She played this game a lot. And I mean a lot. She was just basically like at the arcade almost every weekend, playing it a lot back when she was like young. Probably back in the 80s, I think, but I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna have to ask her again. It was back when her event center had like an arcade. And you know what? Tell you the truth, I thought that was awesome too. I mean, having an event center with an arcade? Come on, I love that idea. But anyway. Wait a second, I don't want to overwrite that one. That was my personal one. I need to save this. There we go. Save slot 2, not slot 1. So 4 lives and only 1%. Man, I am pitiful. So we're going on to Ghost Island, which is basically the hub world for this game. Yeah, they had a hub world for Pac-Man World 1, they also had a hub world for Pac-Man World 2, but they didn't have a hub world for Pac-Man World 3. I almost wonder why they didn't do that, but okay. Anyway, we're probably going to continue on to the next level, which is Crosshair's Cove. Oh yes, I remember this one. This is when they up the ante just a little bit. It's going to be a little bit difficult than the last one. Eat that, thank you. Okay, now I just need to get back up there. I need to wait for this thing to wear off. There we go. But like I said, it's actually a rather enjoyable game, and you know what? It's actually considered a classic on the PlayStation 1. And probably still is today considered a classic on the PlayStation 1. Granted, you can't label him as an official mascot, but, still a rather enjoyable game anyway. But then, of course, here comes my ramblings on with the retro tech and, how well they utilized everything because of the fact that, when the PlayStation 1 came out, you know what? Most gamers now these days would label the PlayStation 1 kind of primitive. I mean, and that's considering the fact that it actually doesn't do much. And that's still true for today. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Again, I also do find the PlayStation 1 interesting from a technical standpoint because, you know, a lot of developers had to work their way around most of these little setbacks that they have. You know, so like if they wanted to create a certain mechanic inside the game, there has to be, there's like, for example, anyway, like for example, if they wanted to work around having this big old open world, basically you couldn't do that very well with the PlayStation 1. On the PlayStation 2, you could probably do that a lot easier, or on the PlayStation 3 and so on. But if you wanted to create this big old open world, it's more of like a no-go when it comes down to the PlayStation 1. Most of it has to deal with the fact that the PlayStation 1 couldn't render all those polygons on screen at once. Again, it only had a limited amount of gigahertz, a limited amount of memory. If it had more memory and more gigahertz, it probably could have done a lot more on screen than just what you see right here, right now. Basically, this is kind of minimalistic when you think about it. But then, of course, again, they were working with the limitations of the systems at the time. And again, it's kind of fascinating how some of them actually use some of that limitation to their advantage. And I mean, granted, you couldn't think much you couldn't think of Pac-Man World 3 as much as a 3D platformer, but it is. I mean, you got more than... Well... Okay. Now, let me summarize my thoughts here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, basically, you can run around openly, freely. Well, almost openly and freely anyway. I mean, it's not like a major open world 3D platformer, but it's a 3D platformer nonetheless. First of all, if you can move in more than one direction, more than two directions anyway, yeah, you could consider that as a 3D platformer. And then, of course, also, there I go again with my, my inability to talk. Anyway, like I said, anyway, so outside of my sort of inability to talk, there we go. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, stuff about 3D platformers, you know. I mean, it's kind of like Crash Bandicoot. They did a really good job on that game, despite the fact that I don't think too much of it. Even today, I still don't think too much of it, but, you know, with the Insane Trilogy, you know, I'm sort of thinking about buying a PlayStation 4. Sort of. Only reason why I'm not fully into buying a PlayStation 4 yet is mostly due to the fact that, well, I'm still waiting for a Spyro Trilogy remastered. I'm sorry, but you know what? I like Spyro a little bit more than Crash Bandicoot. Despite the fact that both characters were pretty much developed inside the same exact room. Let me get this parrot. Okay, come on. Let's go get this parrot. Hi there, hero. Oh, jeez. What the heck? Anyway. And to tell you the truth, the one thing that's still turning me off on the PlayStation 4, and still is sort of it today, is the fact that, you know, the PlayStation 4 doesn't have any backwards compatibility. But then, you know what, the Switch didn't really have much in the way of backwards compatibility either, which kind of stinks. But, you know, I'm still enjoying that thing, but by the way. Anyway, what the heck? Did he disappear? Oh, geez, the ghost disappeared. Oh, well, okay then. Onward I go. Gonna jump over this gap because I know there's something over here that's special. See? I told ya. Am I missing the C? I'm missing the C. Oh, there's a way back. I know it. Oh, yeah, that's because, I'm gonna check down here again, because I'm missing the C. I don't know why I'm missing the C. Where on earth is the C? Oh, yeah, and enemies respawn after a while, after you get them at least a decency off the screen. But then, you know, I think that's because of... Whoa! See what I mean? That guy almost got me! Hero. Hi there, little buddy. How you doing? Oh, come on. Hi there. Ah. Ladies and gentlemen, the dog hero. Aww. See? He's a good boy. Alright, so we better get to... There we go. Okay, so I gotta figure this out. Wait a second. Oh, now I know what I'm looking for. Okay, now I know what I'm looking for. I think the C is right behind there, and I did something rather stupid. So, technically, yeah, basically, strawberry's right here on this ledge. I mean, see, that's kind of how stupidly easy these levels are. It's like, the one item that you're looking for is right there. It's just right there. But the one thing I wanted to do before I started... But then, of course, you know... The one thing that I was going to do, we were going to head out on vacation, is, ow. Wait a second. I need to head back. Because that cherry is important. There we go. See, I told you the cherry's important. And then, of course, there we go. We got a way back. We got a way up there. Okay, so this level is easy to complete. It's not a short level, but it's not really too long either. Some of the later levels will be jarring, though. I will admit to that. They're gonna be like really head-banging frustrating. So yeah. Ah! I almost slipped down the door there. Okay, so we're gonna take this all the way up here, and we're gonna pick up some of these items, especially that orange, especially the bell, especially the A for the Pac-Man, and then we're gonna pick up that Galaxian, huh? For the minigame. Ah! And then maze time! It's a classic Pac-Man maze. Whoa! It looks like he's screaming. Okay. Well, that's an excellent start to a Pac-Man maze. Already cornered. Yeah! Okay, here we go. Get that lemon right there. There we go. And trust me, getting some of the fruits now is actually kind of useful when you think about it. At least they incentivize for you getting it. especially for that bonus, that last-minute bonus. Because the more fruit sometimes you have, the more chances you get at that little bonus thing that you did. And also, you can get a bonus for you can get a bonus round too if you collect all the letters, which also kind of incentivizes that as well. It also gives you the option to get extra lives. So if like you were to fail on a maze that is something as simple as this, oh come on! Why did you go off? I'm not even using the D-pad. Oh well, maybe I should use the D-pad on this one. I don't know. Okay, run! Run, Pac-Man! Run! Chomp, Pac-Man, chomp! Chomp, Pac-Man, chomp! That's what my mom used to do all the time, too, when she was playing Pac. Ah! Run, Pac-Man! Run! Run like you beat it! Run like the wind! Ah! Yes! Yes! I got damaged, but yes, I did it! Yeah, Mom used to do that a lot when, she was in the arcade. Which, in case if you didn't know, I mean, it was for that cutscene in between the third and second level, I think. Or maybe that third and fourth one, I forgot. I hadn't played the classic Pac-Man in such a long time that, I sort of forgot. But let's kill this parrot. What? What the heck? How did you get invincible of my butt bounce? What? 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 Whoa, jeez! Screw you, parrot! Ah! Get the bell! Yay! Now run! Get the box! Get that! Yay! Oh, jeez, I did lose a chunk of health. Ah, biscuits. I know there's something up here. See? The end! Pac-Man! I got it all! And then, of course, another bell. Ouch! Okay, here we go. Munch. 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 There we go. To tell you the truth again, like I said, I don't think too much of this game, but I do like it though. I mean, it is a fun platformer to play from time to time, and you know, there are some moments when it does get a little bit frustrating. But it still can be pretty fun, despite how frustrating it can get. I mean, then there are some quirks that take you a while to get over, you know? But there's always a trick. There's always a trick. There's a trick to everything, you know? Sometimes, even if you have to backtrack to a previous level and to try to earn more lives. Trying to earn more lives, you know? Okay, so let's go here. Grab that key, because it's important. And obviously I lost my invincibility. Oh no, where am I going? Why can't I move? There we go, that's because I was swimming towards the screen. And, well, it only has the limited edge because of the fact that this is a PlayStation 1 game, and PlayStation 1 didn't have, the PS1 didn't have that much technical-wise. I mean, granted, I don't think it really had much compared to the Nintendo 64 either, surprisingly enough. I mean, granted, the Nintendo 64 compared to the PlayStation 1 probably wasn't too good of an option, considering the fact that, you know... Considering the fact that you had to pay for these cartridges that were really expensive to manufacture. Fact is, I also heard that it was very expensive to manufacture. Come on, move! Thank you. Anyway, I heard it was very expensive to manufacture the cartridges for the Oh, what was that console? Oh yeah, the Nintendo Switch too. I heard it was actually rather expensive to manufacture cartridges for the Nintendo Switch. But, however, it doesn't mean that it can't. But that doesn't mean that the digital games can't be as cheap as possible. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to finish this level, and then I'm going to play this bonus round for you guys, and then I'll call it quits because this video has went on for about 30 minutes. Yep, Pac-Man. Bonus level. Oh wait, I gotta start swimming up. Ouch! Because then of course I could get this chromium pellet and then collect a whole bunch of fruit. Oh no! I'm dying! I'm dying! Hey, I think I beat it the whole thing! I think I beat it the whole thing! I beat it the whole thing good! Yeah, then I also got a lot of power. I got a lot of pellets too, because you know what? I didn't use a single one of them. Because, yeah, why do you ever need to use that stupid throw? It's dumb. It's pointless. It was one thing that they included inside the game that they shouldn't have included. And wowee, I think my chances are good at getting something really good. Also, by the way, the keys are also important too, just to let you know. Ouch. Lemon? Apple? Orange? That's all fruit! Anyway. Cherry? Bell, cherry. Eh, well. I'm trying to get a 3 in a row here, but it's a lot harder than it looks. Whoops! That was a double press. That wasn't supposed to happen. Ow! Okay, that works. Well, I think I got one more chance. Well, so much for that, but at least it adds to my grand sword, and it gives me some more lives, too. 10, 11, holy moly, that's the most lives I've ever seen. Save game. Let's see, am I 2 or 3? Yep, okay, save it. Overwrite it, thank you. I take that save, thank you. See? Aha! So anyway, before, this has dabbled on long enough anyway. So, yeah, that's basically all I got. So anyway, this is Superchocolatemilkshake. Oh wait, oh yeah, by the way, if you liked it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, be sure to leave a comment down below in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Superchocolatemilkshake, signing off.